What's crack-a-lackin' kitty cats? I don't know why I said kitty cats, but that's what I did. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking in with Auntie Coco. I've got another murder story for you, right? Surprise, surprise. Tucker, do not start whining unless you want to be in the video. Stop it. My apologies about that. I've got a crybaby dog. Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys about the horrific, crazy, wild, and so disturbing story of the Caffey Family Massacre. You guys are not going to believe how this actually all went down. Buckle up, buttercups, because I got the deets for you. Before we get into that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Storytime Auntie Kookoo, Kooo. Let's do it. As usual, I'm going to tell you guys the key players. It's the Caffey family. They are the key players. Let me give you a little background on these people. So they live in Emory, Texas. The family consists of Terry Caffey, who is the dad, Penny Caffey, who is the mom. Look, I'm going to use the middle finger for that one. So we got Terry, Penny, and Aaron. Yeah, that's right. I used it like that. Aaron. And then her two younger brothers. So they were a God-fearing family, very Christian, went to church every Sunday. And apparently Aaron Caffey was the to the world, in this small little Emory town. They said dudes flocked to the church to be close to Aaron. The Caffey children, Aaron and her two younger brothers, participated not only in the church, but in the choir and whatnot. They had a really good upbringing. As far as anyone can see, things were good. But also, Miss Penny Caffey, the mom, she decided to homeschool the children because she wanted the children to have a religion, faith-based education. All was going well, and then Erin, she, like usual, she became a teenager. She wanted to go to school. She wanted to, experience not only getting to know people and friends, but also being able, to participate in activities. And let's be honest, when you become a teenage girl, what's the other thing we're looking for? Boys! Totally against her parents, of course, but I mean, come on, that's what she wanted. So, they weren't about it. They're like, no. So, when she finally turned 16, they do give her a truck and they allow her to get a part-time job, which finally gives Erin a little bit of freedom. She got a part-time job at a fast food restaurant. I don't want to be wrong, so don't quote me on it, but I believe it was Sonic. While she was working at Sonic, the boys in this small little town in Emory, Texas, they flocked there. They're like, let me check out Miss Erin Caffey. Nonetheless, she was homeschooled. They were like, how can I get close to this girl? So they went there. One of the gentlemen that continued to show up to her job was named Charlie Wilkinson. Now, Charlie Wilkinson is 18 years old, had a completely different upbringing than Erin. He didn't have the best life. He didn't have a supportive family. He didn't have all of that. So he continues to show up and show interest in Erin, and Erin begins to fall hard. Like I said, this is, I'm not judgmental. You guys know that, but the story is what it is. He came from the wrong side of the tracks, is the idea of Charlie Wilkinson. So Erin falls hard for him. She falls hard for him. As the days go by, he keeps showing up. The relationship is getting more intense. Erin finally is like, I want you to meet my parents. I want you to be my man. That whole shebang. Well, the parents aren't happy about this. Charlie comes over to meet the parents, and one of the things that sticks out to me when I've watched the interviews with other people is the dad, Terry Caffey. He walks in, and the new boyfriend, Charlie Wilkinson, is sitting in the dad's recliner, sat back, chilling. The dad walks in and is like, hi, nice to meet you. Reaches out his hand, and Charlie looks up and is like, what up? Nice to meet you. The dad's like, are you freaking kidding me? For my gorgeous, beautiful daughter? This scumbag? So he went down with it. But at the same time, they knew, daughters gonna do what they're gonna do, so they put rules in place. Here's the deal. You can see Charlie Wilkinson, but you can see him one time a week. You cannot be alone with him. You have to be so many rules. You got to be in by 9 o'clock. Now, let me tell you about Charlie. Like I said, Erin was 16 when she finally got this job. Charlie was 18. He was living with friends. He was able to come and go as he pleased, do what he wants. So, to a girl who has been so sheltered and not had much experience out in the world, I mean, who doesn't fall for the bad boy, right? So she falls hard, like I said, like hardcore falls. So, it's like I just can't believe how far this story turns. It like blows my mind. So when they do meet, things do not go as expected. The parents aren't happy. They put all the rules in place and stuff. Eventually, Penny, the mom, has to go back to work, which allows Aaron the freedom to go to public school, which she had wanted to do all along, which gives her more freedom. You know, I mean, I know when I was in high school, I was cutting classes, sneaking out. My boyfriend was older, not even in high school. I did crazy stuff, so I could only imagine what Aaron was doing. As this happens, Charlie actually gives Aaron a promise ring. And it actually, I mean, it wasn't like just like some dinky little ring that he got at like Piercing Pagoda or something like that. Pagonda, whatever you call it. I mean, it was like either his mother's or his grandmother's like ring and give it to her as a promise ring, like promising I'll be here for you forever. And when we finally can, we're going to get married and, you know, whatever. Well, Daddy Terry, Caffey, Aaron's dad, found out and he was ticked. Like, this is my 16-year-old daughter, you know, I'm thinking they're not bound to go wowing. I'm sure they were bound to go wowing, but in his head, he's like, nope, and this promise ring ain't gonna work for me. So he says, Charlie, you're done. You cannot see my child. You're done. Aaron's response is, that's okay, Daddy. I was gonna break up with him anyways. Really, Aaron? That's why you accept the promise ring and stuff? Because you're gonna break up with him anyways? Anywho, so this is the story they spin. We're broken up. It's all good. I don't want to see him anyways. Well, secretly, they continue to see each other, you know, and they want to spend time together, so they're sneaking around the whole shebang. As this continues on, Aaron starts kind of planting the seed, I guess, of like, you know, we're never, ever officially going to be able to be together and be happy as long as my parents are here. They're always going to do anything they can to stop us from being together. If they weren't here, we could have our whole lives. We could spend our lives, you know, that whole teenage drama stuff. So she plants that little seed. And she kind of sticks with it. You know, as long as they are here, we will never be able to be together. So the plan comes to place. Okay, I love you. You love me. We're madly in love. We're going to have a family together, live happily ever after. If we can eliminate the hurdle, the obstacle in the way. Well, that obstacle is her parents. So, like I said, Aaron is like, you know, as long as they're alive, they'll never allow it. So Charlie, like I said, he lives on his own, has friends and stuff. He recruits his friend. Like I said, the boyfriend's name is Charlie Wilkinson. He lives with a man named Charles Wade and Charles Wade's girlfriend, Bobby Johnson. He ropes them into this plan with Aaron. They get a plan together to get rid of this hurdle that is preventing their love from growing and flourishing. You know, I mean, when you're 16, that's your soulmate. Anywho, so, they end up, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. Damn, I usually do so much better. Anyway, so, he recruits these two people. It is March 1st, 2008. When they show up to the Caffey's house at about 2 a.m. And all of a sudden, the Caffey dad and mom, Terry and Penny, are sleeping in bed, and they wake up to two men standing over them and shots being fired repeatedly. Shot, 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 shot. It makes me think of the song. Anyways, shots fired repeatedly. And then the gun jams at one point. And someone pulls out a sword and starts slashing at Penny, practically decapitating the woman. If I remember correctly, I believe that Terry Caffey, the dad, was shot 11 times. He's up falling off the bed and in between like the nightstand and the bed and is laying there. They think he's dead. Like I said, they shot him 11 times. After that, these guys roam down the hall to her two little brothers' bedroom. You know, they kill the one. They can't find the other one. He's hiding in the closet. And as they open the door, getting ready to stab this kid with a sword, he looks up and says, Charlie, why are you doing this? Well, like I said, Terry Caffey is still alive, laying on the floor. He heard this. At that point in time, he was like, I know who's doing this. You know, it was dark. He couldn't see before. He just saw two guys. He's like, it's Aaron's ex-boyfriend. You know, like, oh my God. So they end up killing Penny, the mom, shots and almost decapitating her. They shoot one brother and they stab the other brother, and they think Terry's dead. So to finish it up and make sure there's no witnesses and there's no evidence, the final part of the plan was to light the home on fire. So they doused it in gasoline. Oh, I forgot this part, by the way. The payment for Charles Wade coming in and being an accomplice was, we'll ransack the house. Whatever you find, you can keep as payment. I've heard contradicting things, that he was told he'd get $2,000. I've also heard that he ransacked the house, and for this entire murder chaos of the whole family, he was able to rummage $325. You murdered 2 children, a mother and almost a father, for $325? Anywho, so the final plan is to start burning the house. Like I said, they have no idea that Terry Caffey, the dad, is still like alive. He's been shot 11 times, I believe it is. And, you know, he's in and out of conscience, and he's smelling smoke, and, you know, he's getting hot and stuff. And he realizes, like, I need to escape. Not to save his life. His biggest concern was he heard his son yell, "Charlie, why are you doing this?" He wanted to make sure, even if I die, that everybody knows this was Charlie who did this. On top of that, he didn't know, is Erin alive? Is she not alive? He wanted to survive for his child. So Terry manages, like I said, I think it's 11 times he's been shot. He manages to crawl. And this isn't a neighborhood like we have here in Florida where houses are like 4 feet apart from each other. It took him, I believe, over an hour to crawl with these gunshot wounds to the neighbor, banging on the door. Neighbor opens, calls 911. And, you know, was like, oh my God, this man's bleeding to death. I don't know what's happening. Their house is on fire. Please come, whatnot. On the way to the hospital, Terry Caffey went into a coma. And then the house was burned down to like the studs. It was done. I mean, it was done. So the firefighters go in looking for, you know, bodies. They're looking for 4 bodies, right? Because we've got the 2 younger brothers, and we've got mom, and then Erin, right? I mean, that's what everyone's thinking. Well, they find 3 bodies. 1 body is missing. Erin's. So, like I said, this was in Emory, Texas, very small town. Everyone knows each other. Word starts to spread, you know. If anything, it was Charlie, blah, blah, blah. Police go looking for him. And they find not only Charlie Wilkinson, but they find Charles Wade and Charles Wade's girlfriend, Bobby Johnson, in Charlie's brother's trailer that he lives in. They find him there. So they arrest them. And as the cops are like kind of just looking through the house, they see like this big pile of clothes like kind of in the corner in the closet. And it's got like blonde, it almost looks like a wig or a doll or something out the top. And as the police are looking, they see it like kind of move. And like, what the heck? What the heck? What the H-E double hockey sticks? So they go to grab it, pull it out. Who is it? Erin friggin' Caffey. So as they pull her out, she's like, "Hi, my name's Erin and I've been kidnapped." Really? So she says that. They take her to the police station. They're questioning her, the whole shebang. It's like mind-blowing to me. So as they're questioning Erin, she's like, what happened was, typical story, right? Lovers turn against lovers. She's like, my boyfriend and his friends came in, murdered my family, kidnapped me, drugged me, and have kept me here captive. Well, in the next 3 rooms, you've got Charlie Wilkinson, which is Erin's boyfriend, Charles Wade, which is the accomplice, and Charles Wade's girlfriend, Bobby Johnson, who was the getaway driver, all in separate rooms, all 3 of them are telling the exact same story. This was Erin's idea. Erin planned it. Erin had come out to the car, sat with us, discussed it. She left the doors unlocked, the whole shebang. So it's like 3 stories that are exactly the same against her one. If I was kidnapped, whatnot. Needless to say, Erin was arrested for being the mastermind of the murder. Like, I don't even know how to process that. I couldn't imagine. So she is arrested for that. And as the police are like going through everything and finding out details, it comes out that the way the night of the murder went down was that it was Erin's idea. She had planted the seed that no matter what, we're never going to be together as long as my parents are alive. We could run away together, but I'm underage. I'm only 16. This is Erin Caffey, and her boyfriend, Charlie Wilkinson, is 18. She's like, you know, they'll come looking for me and they'll take me away. The only way for us ever to be together and in love is to eliminate the problem, which the problem is our parents. So, like I said, that whole story comes out, and Come to find out, Terry Caffey, like I said, he went into a coma on the way to the hospital. He ends up surviving. Like, God bless that man, and he ends up surviving. They would not tell him what happened. He kept asking, like, where's my daughter? For all he knew, she was dead in the house as well. They wouldn't tell him anything for days, and then they finally tell him, like, all right, Terry, here's what had happened is your daughter was the mastermind. She convinced Charlie Wilkinson, her boyfriend, to recruit his friends, Charles Wade and Bobby Johnson, to come in, blow your friggin' family's brains out, almost decapitate your wife, stab your son and stuff, and then bounce out to live happily ever after. Obviously, Terry is devastated to hear this. I mean, like, who would ever have thought that? He was excited to hear his daughter was alive, nonetheless, that she was the mastermind. As far as I can see, and everything I've heard, it seems like Terry, the dad, has come to terms with the fact that his daughter was part of the whole plan, but he's having a hard time believing that she was the mastermind. So, needless to say, Aaron was arrested, as being the mastermind. Charlie Wilkinson, her boyfriend, was arrested. His accomplices, Charles Wade and Bobby Johnson, they were also arrested and charged. The charges ended up being Charles Wilkinson and Charlie Wade were both... Wait, let me not forget this part. They were supposed to get the death sentence, but Terry had came to a part, the dad, that was victimized and survived. He was like originally all about death penalty, and as he was learning to forgive and whatever else, was like, that's not what I want for these people. I'm not about this. So he actually was okay with them being sentenced to life without parole. Bobby Johnson, the getaway driver, she was sentenced to 40 years. Now, Aaron Caffey, the mastermind who Dad's still in kind of denial about, she was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 25 years, not eligible for parole for 40 years. Like I said, Terry could not believe, I don't know, I don't talk to him, I don't know him personally, so I don't know how he feels nowadays, but as far as I can see, he could not believe that his daughter had masterminded the massacre of his wife, himself, and these 2 younger siblings. Like, he couldn't wrap his head around it. As far as I've been able to tell, he accepts that Aaron had a part in it, but doesn't accept her being as a mastermind. As far as I can see too, Aaron to this day still denies that it was like all her plan. She's like, oh, it was just typical teenage love. When I was like, I hate my parents, I wish they'd die, which some people say like, oh, I've never said that. I said it. I've done it. That's a whole nother story for you. But I've said things like that to my parents in the heat of the moment as a teenager. But I sure as hell didn't plan a murder ever. I was never like, well, what I would do is, hang them this way or do this. Like, what the heck? That's not normal. So, she was sentenced, like I said, and Terry, since, God bless that man, he's forgiven them all. Like I said, he didn't want them to get the death penalty. And he has a relationship with his daughter still. Terry also got remarried and has more children now. And they still consider Aaron like part of the family. I guess if you walk through Terry Caffey's current home with his wife, there's like pictures of him and Aaron, visiting in jail, and like she's part of the family. So God bless that man for like being able to see past it all and forgive her for murdering the entire family. Is that not a crazy story? Like having such a great upbringing and this great religion based, education and love, and there was no issues before any of this happened. But I'm telling you, man, teenage love is a serious thing. This is not the first story I've heard of where teenagers fall in love and parents don't like it and they try and separate and they murder, their parents over it. Because I've got 2 more crazy ones like that. So, like I've said before, don't forget to like, share, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, Story Time with Auntie Kookoo. Kookoo. Okay? Because I've got more for you. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe, do good things, be nice to one and each other, give hugs, not drugs, make love, not war. Do your thing, chicken wang. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you checking in with me. I hope you enjoyed my story. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will check you on the flip side, skillets. Deuces. Thank you guys.